Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria coming to you with the daily energy update. And today I decided to follow a little Sunday tradition and look at what's happening with Divine Masculine energy. So let's not waste any time, it's going to be a shorter reading today. I think I'm still visiting with my family in Ohio, as you can see by my setting, but I'm sure we'll find out something interesting. And as we are approaching, we're actually in the middle of Mercury retrograde. We've come out of the lunar eclipse and actually the eclipse season, right? So we can see what kind of energies are we getting into now. And also we stepped into Gemini season, so we have other forces in play, a little bit different energy. You probably felt. It's actually been kind of strange with the weather in the US. Like across the whole country this week, we've had different kinds of storms with a lot of damage in very different areas of the country. And it's a huge country, so you can tell even from the weather that the impact is huge in the collective energies and what's happening with our planet right now. So yeah, let me start with an oracle deck as usual. And yeah, just incidentally, I have Between Worlds card on top of it, or on the bottom, whichever way you like to look at it, which I think very nicely demonstrates where we are right now. So we are entering a new phase for sure, and I get that vibe on many different levels. So let's see what we have for Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. I'll pull an oracle card for each, and then I'll focus with the tarot cards. I'll focus on what's going on with Divine Masculines, what kind of actions are they taking at this time, and what they would like you to know, Divine Feminine, at this time about their journey. Okay, so Divine Feminine, wow, it's one of my favorite cards. You have Milk and Honey. So it's time of, I call this my spa card because to me it immediately, I mean, the picture itself kind of demonstrates it. You see that elephant kind of swimming in the jar of milk and honey. To me, it's about doing some spa procedures, like fully self-care time for self-care day. Maybe you can do that today or tomorrow, or you can spend considerable amount of time on it, so that, you know, stuff that you don't normally have time for. I don't know what it could be. Maybe a bubble bath. Maybe you want to do like a full body wrap or scrub, or some masks, or whatever it could be for you, right? Maybe it's even an hour-long meditation that you never have time for. You just do a quick 5-10 minute one. Maybe this time you can do that hour. Think about it, what it is for yourself. And that's 51 comes to 6. 6 is about that that place, that kind of wholeness where you've finished building yourself and you are ready to give out, to give to the outer world. So I almost feel like this is the last step before you can, like, to kind of fill up your cup or complete that process before you can actually give out that loving energy to the world. What about Divine Masculines? I am flying over back to New York tonight. So tomorrow, hopefully, maybe the day after, depending on how my trip goes, because of the storms, I don't know if I'm gonna make it tonight as planned, but hopefully I will, and I will be recording a new video from home tomorrow morning my time, of course. Wow, for the masculines we have the yin energy, kind of goes with my shirt. So this is actually feminine energy, right? The energy of being, of knowing, of holding space, of observing even. So masculines today are guided more towards observing what's happening with them internally and with the outside world. That's what I'm getting. Both of those aspects are really important. It's like almost like in that energy there is a message already, and they're not supposed to be trying to change something, right, to act on it, but rather to observe, to get the knowledge and to know what to do next. Okay, let's get into tarot now. I am gonna switch. So I have obviously the same decks because I'm traveling with a couple of decks, but I will switch them around from what I did yesterday, and I'll use the Souls on Fire deck, which also goes with my shirt and the room. I'll use it as the main deck, and the Spellcaster Tarot is gonna be my Clarifier deck if I need any clarifiers. Okay, so let's start with the 5D energy of Divine Masculines. What is currently happening for Divine Masculine Collective watching this video, or for cross watchers watching this video? Okay, we've got 6 of Pentacles. Nice. What about the actions they've taken 3D? What kind of actions are they taking at this time? Okay, got 3 cards. I'll take them all. Oof, we have 4 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, and Queen of Pentacles. We saw 10 of Swords yesterday, and 4 of Pentacle energy was kind of there, not exactly, but kind of in the air. Queen of Pentacles as well. Okay. What kind of message do they have for Divine Feminine? What do they want Divine Feminine Collective to know about where they are right now, what they feel, what they think? Judgment. Nice. It's a really nice message lining up. Bottom of the deck, the Hangman. Yeah, it matches with the yin energy very nicely, actually. You know, being in that suspended state where you're maybe, you know, maybe incidentally, maybe based on the circumstance, but still you are already there. You might as well relax and chill and, you know, make as much, like, make the most out of this experience, right? Okay, let's get some clarifiers. Please clarify 6 of Pentacles. Three of Swords. Please clarify Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. Please clarify. Oh, got the Lovers. That was actually on the bottom of the deck. The Lovers and 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords actually on my cards of union energy. Please clarify the Judgment card. Judgment is the energy that I'm feeling in the air. And it's interesting that that's the message from Divine Masculines today. Clarified by the Moon. It's kind of fell in reverse. I'm going to take it in reverse. Bottom of the deck, the Star. That's another card I'm getting quite often this past few days. But I feel like in this case, the Star is this extra knowledge that we're getting. It's this, it's also about hope, but in a specific way where I have hope because I know exactly what I'm supposed to do next. It's that sort of knowledge that is being birthed, like the stars, you know, that come out at night. And that's what's given hope. Okay. So let's start with the 5D energy. So we got the 6 of Pentacles clarified by 3 of Swords. I love the 3 of Swords in this deck because some people pay attention to the symbol, the Trinity, which for a lot of them is associated with the Charmed symbol in Charmed TV series. But to me, the most important part is this sun at the bottom of it. And fire, if you can see, there's like a fire that's warming up the heart. And to me, that's a lot about healing. It's the part where you're not just living with the pain, where you're letting go of pain and fear, and where you're getting into a healed space, right? So I'm getting that this new energy that Divine Masculines are in, where they are looking for equal partnerships in all of their relationships, where there is reciprocity, where they don't just give, but there is a balanced giving and receiving energy with other people. This is caused by this healing that they've been going through, the heart chakra healing. And it's partly connected with the twin flame journey, of course, and it's going to be specific for individual twin flames. But it's also connected with these global energies and with the astrological movements that we've been talking about, because like for example, this last lunar eclipse that allowed for a lot of cleansing, a lot of cleaning space and removing that negativity from the heart chakra, from the heart center, to be able to do more, right? And like I said, to free up space for something different. And that's where they are energetically. They are in the energy of attracting healthier partnerships, relationships into their life. How beautiful that is. You need to be in a pretty healed space to be able to do that. Okay, for the 3D. So it's a bit of a contrast in energies that I see on the main deck and in the clarifying deck. Because this to me is still the process of like figuring things out. What I want to do with my time, right? How do I become successful? How do I do that despite all the failures that I've had previously? How do I take courage if, you know, subconsciously my psyche wants me to hold back and play safe? How do I get into the Queen of Pentacles? For some of them, I'm getting that the Queen of Pentacles means that it's inspiration from the feminine and how they've taken risks and how they managed to turn things around for themselves and be successful in pretty much anything they do. For others, it's just basically, it's an energy of being this, getting to that point of being adored, being successful, being recognized publicly. Doesn't mean necessarily connection to the feminine, but it's definitely what they see as the goal, to get into that successful, abundant state. Bit of a celebrity vibe I'm even getting. It's interesting, right? On the clarifying cards, in the clarifying cards, we see that again, this is a choice of following the loving path, of getting into a more balanced space. So it's almost like I'm getting here that masculines realize that before they can make a move towards their success, they need to work more on turning these energies around, so they don't have to be as scared, they don't have to be in pain. They can be more balanced and come out in a more loving energy to be able to do that. So they're working on these things now, but eventually with this in mind, like Queen of Pentacles is basically the goal, to get into that place, right? We're talking 3D in this case, so this is not as much 5D and as much energy as if it is like actual steps in the physical reality that they want to take. Perhaps they even have some sort of role model, and this could be a woman actually. Their role model for success could be a woman. There we go. That they see and they kind of like, you know, look up to that person and they want to achieve something like that. But they understand that, you know, there's some work they need to do on themselves to be able to really step out of their comfort zone and not mess it up or not quit doing it before they become successful. For the message that they have for you, my dear Divine Feminines, there's the Judgment card clarified by Moon in reverse. And note that both of these are major arcanas. So they're definitely feeling this drive from the divine towards something bigger and better for themselves. And even in this Moon card, you see it's the moon, but it actually looks like a sun. So there's this big illumination that they've come out of it now, that was provided with the eclipse and with the full moon in Scorpio, which was about transformation. We spoke about it a lot in previous readings. And that gave them that extra spark, that extra insight that they needed. And you can see, of course, both of the twins here, right? But you can see that the feminine is kind of closer to the angel. It's almost like they're already, the feminine already speaks to the angel, right? The masculine is kind of like still kind of catching up. So they realize that there is some catching up they need to do in their ascension journey. But again, they've heard the call. They've seen some signs in their life that were very meaningful to them, in terms of that they need to keep going and strive for something bigger and better. And that, you know, at some point they're gonna catch up, and you both are gonna be in the space where you will be like, I'm getting this image flying with the angel for some reason, and you're gonna be on that, in that high space, high vibe space, where you could be united in this true love. And for now, they have you as an inspiration because you kind of have done more work. You've made it further in your spiritual path, and they hope that they can ask for your advice in certain areas. But even if that doesn't happen, they realize it might take them longer, but they are willing to make effort and to get there. Not all of them have that vision of the final picture of flying with angels. That's what I'm getting as well. But energetically, like they're getting this vibe that, you know, this magnetic pull towards the spiritual path. And there's no going back anymore. Like, it's one of those things where if you know it, you cannot unknow it. You cannot pretend like nothing happened. And this is a start of something big and beautiful for them. If they've been on a spiritual path, this is a start of a completely new phase, completely new level. It's like level up here. So they want you to know that they've leveled up and they are being serious now about making effort and getting their head around the spiritual path and what they need to do next. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. If you like what I'm doing, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to my channel. Love you all.